This news update is brought to you by...
It's the most wonderful Christmas with Flow, with 5 ways to win $50,000. Just activate any prepaid or postpaid plan, top up $15 or more, pay your bill on time and in full, or sign up for the best in entertainment with Flow TV. That's 5 wonderful ways to win $50,000 from Flow. All this and much more from Flow this wonderful Christmas. Visit us in-store today.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It's Thursday, December the 22nd, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that Barbados is at this hour experiencing flooding across the island as a warning takes effect. Acting Director of Meteorological Services, Sonia Nurse, says the flood warning will remain in place until noon tomorrow.
A trough system anchored across the island chain has been generating cloudy to overcast skies, moderate to heavy showers, periods of rain, and occasional gusty winds across Barbados during the last few hours. Some flash flooding has already been reported, and these conditions are expected to persist during the afternoon and into tonight. Rainfall accumulations of at least 50 to 75 millimeters, that's 2 to 3 inches, are possible. As a result, a flood warning has been issued and will remain in effect until noon tomorrow, Friday, 23rd December. Residents in flood-prone areas should continue to exercise caution and remain on the alert. A flood warning means that some flooding is already occurring or is likely to occur, and this warning will be updated as necessary.
Police have launched a manhunt for 3 men who reportedly robbed 2 members of a church inside the church car park last night. Police say the victims had just parked their vehicles while visiting the Sharon Moravian Church in St. Thomas at around 7:40 p.m. when they were attacked by 3 masked men worn armed with a gun. The assailants got away with a number of articles, but not before slapping one of the church members. Police spokesman Acting Inspector Roland Cobbler is warning the public to be extra vigilant, especially at this time of the year.
The Royal Barbados Police Force would like to remind all members of the public of the importance of remaining guarded and cognizant of their environment as they engage in this activity during the Yuletide season. Simple safety tips can include avoid parking in remote areas and park in lit and well-traveled areas. When returning to vehicles, always scan the interior to ensure that no one is hiding inside or that you are not being followed. When exiting your vehicles, scan your surroundings to be sure that persons are not lurking on the outside. Always have your keys in your hands when approaching your vehicles to avoid delays by fumbling and looking for car keys. Do not resist if someone tries to take your property. And most importantly, never chase the person who has robbed you. They may have a weapon, and that can be tragic or result in injury. Always call 211.
Meanwhile, police are seeking the public's assistance in locating the missing man. He is 48-year-old Richard Ricardo Paris of Lot 13B, Ashford, St. Thomas. Paris was last seen by his mother around midday yesterday in the area of Whitehall, St. Michael. At the time, he was wearing a khaki polo shirt and long blue Levi jeans. Paris is 6 feet in height, of medium build, dark complexion, round head, thin eyebrows, thick mustache, bow-legged, and walks with an erect appearance. He also has a scar in the shape of the letter L on his stomach. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Richard Paris of Ashford in St. Thomas should call the police. Business people owe the state-run Barbados Investment and Development Corporation $15 million in outstanding rent. And when he addressed the BIDC's awards ceremony and dinner at Hilton Barbados Resort last night, Minister of Industry and Small Business Development Donville Innes appealed to delinquent tenants to pay up on time in order to avoid possible eviction.
The BIDC is not just a landlord agency. Many people still like to associate the BIDC with charging rents and owning industrial estates. As a matter of fact, I've given the board the task of disposing of some of the non-performing assets to the entity as a way of shedding some of the burden and also achieving a level of cash flow to keep you sustained and going and less dependent on the state. But I also like to take the opportunity to remind those who are tenants that you have a duty to pay your rent and to pay it on time. Right now, I believe the corporation is owed almost $15 million in debt. And I always say to those who complain about when they get a letter of eviction or notice to quit or whatever, that if you don't pay your rent, the corporation may find it difficult to insure the building in which you occupy. And when you turn up the next morning and find that your place has been broken into, it's the same corporation going to say it should have had security on the premises. And when the toilet is not working well, it's the same staff in the BIDC who have to be paid to respond to these things. So we simply ask those who have their challenges to work with us.
In sports now, Crystal Palace have sacked manager Alan Pardue with the club 17th in the Premier League. Pardue was appointed on a 3.5-year deal in January 2015, but the 55-year-old has been dismissed after a run of 1 victory in 11 games. Palace have taken just 26 points from the 36 Premier League matches they have played in 2016 and are only 1 point above the relegation zone. Former England boss Sam Allardyce is the bookmakers' favourite to take over.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
This Christmas will be the best Belgian Christmas for we. Maisie, it is all because Republic Bank just like Santa Claus. Maisie fix up the kitchen and a new TV we get in. A special time to commemorate. Republic will help you celebrate.
Get ready to celebrate 50 years of independence right through to the best Belgian Christmas ever with a Make It Happen loan of up to $50,000 from Republic Bank. Give your home a good old Belgian spruce up. Buy some new furniture and appliances or take an after-holiday trip to visit loved ones over and away. You could also be one of our lucky winners to share in fabulous prizes. Just visit any branch to apply. Go to republicbarbados.com or call us at 227-2700. We're also available via Skype and FaceTime. Special conditions apply.
In Belgian style, it will be great with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back with news from the region now. Guyana and Suriname's law enforcement agencies have sealed a deal to strengthen ties to combat crime across their common borders. Javon Vickery has more.
A delegation of Surinamese law enforcement officials visited Georgetown this week for talks with their local counterparts, and according to Commissioner of Police Silar Persad, the result is increased collaboration between law enforcement agencies of the two neighboring nations. The sharing of vital information which could ultimately help solve crimes was high on their agenda. While giving the recent extradition of self-confessed drug lord Barry Dataram as an example of the envisaged collaboration, the commissioner pointed out that several other issues such as human trafficking and cross-border drug smuggling will be more systematically targeted. Agencies such as the Guyana Revenue Authority and the Customs Anti-Narcotic Unit are expected to provide and gain access to vital information to help with their investigations.
Information is perishable. It makes no sense that you share it when it no longer becomes useful. So sharing has to be timely. And that is why we work out those modalities and so on. And not only with the police force, but Customs and Trade will share directly, and Kanu will share directly as well.
And on the international scene, the Berlin Christmas market where 12 people were killed on Monday by a suspected Islamic extremist who drove a truck into a crowd has reopened. Police have installed concrete barriers to prevent a repeat attack. Locations in Dortmund, Emmerich, and Berlin were raided overnight in the hunt for the Tunisian suspect, Anis Amri.
Well, this is the property at the centre of a major police operation in West Germany. This is the Emmerich Refugee Centre. At 6 o'clock this morning, 100 police officers and special forces came here, searched the properties, went to the back of the property and looked at two of the rooms Now, we're told that they took one of the migrants away for questioning. He wasn't arrested. But the point is that for a brief period of time, Anis Amri stayed here. They're supposed to stay here 6 months for refugees and migrants. It's a short stay centre. We spoke to the site manager who said he suddenly disappeared back in 2015. And when I showed him the mobile footage of the European arrest warrant, he said he recognised straight away this man because there are so few people that stay here. It was a quick but major search by many officers here. My sense is that the trail may have gone cold from here. There are many sites in Germany, this being just one of them.
That's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.